Well, Weezer's back on the first day of a new season again, as it is officially fall, or as some of you from other places call it autumn. I say fall because it's just quicker to say, and it's my favorite season of the year because it's when it gets a little cooler. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's basically just right where I want it temperature-wise, and of course, it's Halloween! And I love Halloween just because I love the spooky stuff, I love the weirdness of Halloween, and it's the one time of year where you can, go out, buy shit you want, talk about it, and not be seen as a weirdo. Granted, we still have less than 2 weeks till October starts, but nonetheless, still always look forward to this time of year. And for the third time this year, Weezer have released an EP. They have one more to go after this, obviously when winter starts, but they've released the spring, they've released the summer EP, so now the follow-up is the autumn EP. And like these other EPs, it's 7 tracks long. There's really no single accompanying it. There is one song that I guess, like the other 2 EPs, that they want to have as the radio single, but there's been no music videos. They've just kind of been releasing these with little to no announcement at all, and just dropping the whole thing, which I kind of like that better. Because with Weezer, like I said, they've been so inconsistent over the years that every time it seems like they drop a first single for their new album, you can basically tell how that album's gonna do just from that one single. So the fact that they've been pretty much dropping these just all at once, with no single attached to them, I like that, because then I can go into the album and just really, really evaluate what I think. Now granted, again, these aren't albums, these are EPs, but they're close enough. 7 tracks is about almost the length of a full-length album. So how do they do this time around autumn? Is they have this more different sound, a lot more synths used, as in summer they used a lot more guitars. In spring it was a lot more, piano driven, all this kind of stuff. But with autumn, the synths are definitely there. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're listening to some sort of 80s alt pop song. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first 3 tracks of the EP, I really thought they were continuing to go downhill, as I loved the spring EP, liked the summer EP, but not too much, and I thought maybe this is when they would start to tail off and it would be something that I didn't like. I mean, my only track I hated on this record was What Happens After You. I don't know, it just didn't vibe as much as the other songs. And then the okay tracks, Can't Dance, Don't Ask Me, I feel like they could have done a better job with the kickoff on this one, whereas I liked the other 2 kickoff songs on the other EPs. This one just didn't really have what it took for me to go, oh, should I really continue this? This is actually not that great. It's not terrible, but it probably would have been better somewhere else. And then Francesca also was one that I didn't really vibe with that much. But then when we get into the favorites, this is when it really started to, I think, take off for me. As the second track, Get Off on the Pain, was a nice track, and one that I thought could have done well as the opener. I love that little guitar riff that starts at the beginning. It really makes you feel like, oh, now we're getting intense here. Should she stay or should she go? No, this isn't some take on that Clash song. This is a, original Weezer song, and, for a minute it started slow, but once you get to the chorus and everything, I think it does a really excellent job. Taste Like Pain is probably one of my favorites. It's only 2 minutes long, but it's basically just Rivers Cuomo saying, oh, I'm a loser, I suck, this, that, and the other. And it's mainly, I guess, him just kind of letting it out on himself, because we all have those thoughts in our head a lot of the times, and it's just one of those things where you kind of just need to say it, not to make yourself feel bad, but just to make those thoughts go away about you just absolutely hating yourself. So, it's cool because I think we can all relate to that in one way or another. And then the finisher, Run Raven Run, which is over 5 minutes long, which I believe of the 3 EPs, this has been the longest track. Very atmospheric, very nice finish, and I like how at the end too, they kind of give you that eerie, like you're stuck in like a forest in a Tim Burton movie with these raven sounds and all that. Like you can picture just the darkness of where you're at in this sense. It's an excellent way to finish off the EP and make us wonder what winter will have in store, as come December, they will release their fourth and final EP of the year, and we'll get to see if they have a string of 4 consecutive releases in a row where it's actually enjoyable. Like I said, the first 3 tracks of this EP had me doubting. It seemed like I was going to hate this one. But with the last 4 songs, it really picked it up a lot more, and I can say that Autumn is probably around the same boat as Summer. A 3 out of 5. It wasn't fantastic, it wasn't horrible, but I would recommend this to people. So far, Spring was the one that I absolutely enjoyed, but when it comes to Summer and Fall, I maybe was expecting a little bit more, but nonetheless they are great. Now December is going to be interesting because if they get a little too Christmassy with it, then I might actually hate it, but we'll see. I mean, it's December, so it makes sense, but I think this EP is supposed to come out just a couple of days before Christmas. I think it's like December 22nd or something. So they could get into the holiday festivities and not necessarily write a Christmas album, but write songs that are, you know, Christmassy in a sense. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this EP. Weezer's 3 for 3 so far. They're doing a great job, but I'd really like to hear your opinion on this. What do you think in the comments below? And until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.